While sports fishing off of the Florida coast in Key West, a tourist capsized his boat. He could swim, but his fear of alligators kept him clinging to the overturned craft. Spotting an old beachcomber walking along the shore, the tourist shouted, "Would there by chance be any alligators in these waters?"
"No need to worry about that, mister,"
the old man hollered back.
"Haven't been any alligators around here in years."
Feeling relieved, the tourist began swimming leisurely toward the shore. About halfway toward shore, he asked the old man, "Say, how'd you get rid of the gators anyway?"
"We didn't do anything,"
the old man said.
"The sharks got 'em."
A man enters a sexy lingerie store to purchase a sheer negligee for his wife. He is shown several possibilities that range from $250 to $500 in price. The more sheer, the higher the price. Naturally, he opts for the sheerest item, pays the $500, and takes it home. He presents it to his wife and asks her to go upstairs, put it on, and model it for him. Upstairs, the wife thinks,
"I have an idea. It's so sheer that it might as well be nothing. I won't put it on. I'll do the modeling naked, return it tomorrow, and keep the $500 reward for myself."
She appears naked on the balcony and strikes a pose. The husband says,
"Good grief! You'd think for $500, they'd at least iron it."
A farmer named Billy lived alone in the countryside with his pet dog, which he loved and doted on. After many long years of companionship, his dog finally died, so Billy went to the parish priest.
"Father, my dear old dog is dead. Would you be kind enough to provide a mass for him?"
The father replied,
"I am so very sorry to hear about your dog's death, but unfortunately, we cannot perform services for an animal in the church. However, there's a new denomination down the road. No telling what they believe, but maybe they'll do something for the animal."
Billy said,
"I'll go right now. Do you think $500 is enough to donate for the service?"
The father replies,
$500? Why didn't you tell me the dog was Catholic?
A man enters the patent office carrying some of his new designs. He approaches the clerk and says,
"I'd like to register my new inventions."
The clerk replies,
"Sure, let's see what you have."
The man places the first item on the counter and says,
"The first is a folding bottle."
"That's interesting,"
says the clerk.
"What do you call it?"
"A foddle,"
replies the inventor.
"A foddle?"
asks the clerk.
"That's not a very descriptive name. Can't you think of something else?"
"I'll think about it,"
replies the inventor.
"I've got something else, though. It's a folding carton."
"And what do you call that?"
asks the clerk.
"A fartin,"
replies the inventor.
"That's just rude. You can't possibly call it that."
"Well, I do have one other product,"
says the inventor.
"but I doubt you're going to like the name of that product either."
"What is that, sir?"
asks the clerk. The inventor replies,
"A folding bucket."
A passionate duck hunter was on the lookout for a new bird dog to join him on his hunting expeditions. His search finally came to an end when he stumbled upon an extraordinary dog that had the ability to walk on water to retrieve a duck. Astonished by this unique find, he knows that none of his friends would believe him without witnessing it firsthand. He decided to break the news to a particular friend, a perpetual pessimist who was never impressed by anything. Hoping that even his skeptical friend would be amazed by a dog that could walk on water, the hunter invited him to join him and his new dog on a hunting trip in the countryside. However, the hunter strategically avoided mentioning the dog's exceptional talent. He wanted his friend to see it with his own eyes. The two men and the dog arrived at a prime hunting lake and set themselves up along the shore. As they waited, a flock of ducks flew overhead. The men fired their shots, and a duck plummeted into the water. The dog immediately sprang into action and leaped into the water. But instead of sinking, it walked across the surface to retrieve the bird, barely getting his paws wet. Each time a duck fell, the dog miraculously walked across the water's surface to retrieve it. The pessimist observed every detail intently, but remained silent. Finally, on the drive home, the hunter nonchalantly asked his friend,
So, did you notice anything out of the ordinary about my new dog?
I certainly did,
replied the pessimist with a sigh.
He can't swim.
A couple were invited to a Halloween masquerade party. That night, the wife got a terrible headache and told her husband to go to the party alone. He, being a devoted husband, protested. But she argued and said she was going to take some aspirin and go to bed and that he should go alone and enjoy himself. So he took his costume and away he went. The wife, after sleeping soundly for about an hour, woke without pain, and as it was still early, she decided to go to the party. As her husband didn't know what her costume was, she thought she would have some fun by watching her husband to see how he acted when she was not with him. So she joined the party and soon spotted her husband in his costume, cavorting around on the dance floor, dancing with every girl he could, copping a little kiss here and there. His wife went up to him, and being a rather seductive woman herself, he left his new partner high and dry and devoted his time to her instead. She let him go as far as he wished, naturally, since he was her husband. After a few more drinks, he finally whispered a little proposition in her ear, and she agreed, so off they went to one of the cars and had some fun in the back seat. Just before unmasking at midnight, she slipped away, went home, put the costume away, and got into bed, wondering what kind of explanation he would make up for his outrageous behavior. She was sitting up reading when he came in, so she asked how his night was.
Oh, the same old thing. You know, I never have a good time when you're not there.
Uh-huh,
She said.
Did you dance much?
He replied,
To tell you the truth, I never even danced one dance. When I got there, I met Pete, Bill Brown, and some other guys, so we just went into the spare room and played poker all evening. But the guy who borrowed my costume said he had the time of his life.